Hello and thank you for joining me for another episode of 21 Questions General Knowledge Trivia. My name's Mike. I run a trivia company called Trivia Tribe. Thank you for your company. Let's get going. Question 1. First seen in 1932. What's the name of the clumsy, unintelligent dog character that is friends with Mickey Mouse? Now, there are two dog characters in Disney. There's Pluto, but the clumsy, unintelligent one that showed up first in 1932 was Goofy. Question 2. Finish off the proverb. A man's home is his castle, which of course was the principle of the Australian movie The Castle, which is a classic. And if you haven't seen it, what are you doing? What are you doing with your time if you haven't seen The Castle? Question 3. What's a necklace of flowers called in Hawaii? It's a lei, L-E-I, that's spelled. Question 4. True or false, before YouTube was YouTube, it was a video dating site called Tune In, Hook Up. It's actually true. Yeah, that's actually true. They started life as a dating site, didn't quite work for them, and then they went to video, and the first video uploaded to YouTube was by one of the founders, and it was just him at a zoo, and it's unsurprisingly called A Day at the Zoo. Question 5. Which Barbados-born singer had a hit with Umbrella in 2007? That'd be Rihanna, her big song Umbrella. Ella. Question 6. The RMS Titanic sank on April 15 of which year? I'm going to give you multiple choice. Was it 1902, 1912, or 1922? 1912. Question 7. Which of these countries is not landlocked, meaning it has a coast? Bolivia, Botswana, or Belgium? All B countries. Belgium is the one that is not landlocked. After question 7, we do our first clues for our Who Am I for the episode, but today it's actually a What Am I because it's a TV show. Here we go. What Am I first appeared on British television in the early 1980s at a time when alternative comedy was breaking away from traditional sitcom styles. My humour was anarchic and surreal, often breaking the fourth wall, mocking politics, pop culture, and television itself. A very influential show on a young Mike in the 1980s. Let's get back to the questions. Question 8. Which actor, born in 1949 with the given name Mary, has been nominated for a record 21 Academy Awards and has won 3 of them? That would be Meryl Streep, who's won Acting Academy Awards for Kramer vs. Kramer, Sophie's Choice, and The Iron Lady. Question 9. In human biology, hypochlorhydria is the depletion or absence in the stomach of what kind of acid that also starts with H? That would be hydrochloric acid. Did you know that we're making hydrochloric acid? We're making our own. I've been paying a fortune for it at the pool shop. Turns out I'm knocking it up myself. Question 10, we're going to Russian politics and society now. Does perestroika, as made popular by Mikhail Gorbachev, mean A, celebrating, B, demolishing, or C, restructuring? Perestroika, C, restructuring. Question 11, true or false, the Six-Day War, which started in 1967 in the Middle East, actually lasted 372 days. That one's false. It actually lasted 6 days, unlike the 100-Year Wars between England and France that started in 1337. That one actually lasted 116 years, so no truth in advertising in that one. Question 12, geography. Is Suva the capital of A, Fiji, B, Tonga, or C, New Caledonia? Suva is the capital of beautiful Fiji. Question 13. With its first journey in 1883, which continent did the Orient Express travel across? Famous for the fictional murders on the Orient Express, the Agatha Christie novel, the Orient Express travelled across Europe. Question 14. In the NATO phonetic alphabet, if A is for Alpha and B is for Bravo, what is J for? That would be Juliet. Okay, more clues for the Who Am I? It's the same TV show as before, just more clues for you. Here we go. I followed the chaotic lives of 4 very different young men who all shared a house. They were all university students, but the university itself is never seen. True fans of me will know there was a fifth unnamed housemate occasionally seen in the background in some episodes, but you really had to know where to look. I regularly interrupted my own storyline with unexpected musical performances from popular bands of the day. Becoming clearer for you now? Great show. We'll talk more about that a little bit later. For now, though, question 15. Was it Siegfried or was it Roy that was attacked by a tiger during a performance in Las Vegas in 2009? Tragically, it was Roy. I don't mean because it should have been Siegfried. The whole thing's a tragedy. You know what I mean? Geez, I'm in an awkward area here. Let's move on. Question 16. Which syndrome is often wrongfully associated with crude vocal outbursts and minor physical tics? That'd be Tourette's syndrome. I know a guy that's got it, and he's very, very good at controlling the tics. It can be done with the discipline and a lot of effort. Good on him. Question 17. In the Harry Potter series, what kind of animal is Scabbers? He is Ron Weasley's pet rat. Question 18. We're talking food now. From which country's cuisine do we get paella? Paella is a Spanish dish originally from the city of, or the region, I should say, of Valencia. Question 19 is always an alive or dead. I give you a name. You tell me if you think they're alive or dead. Today, alive or dead, Larry Hagman. Larry Hagman, let me think. I Dream of Jeannie. And it was either Dallas or Dynasty. If I was good at this, I would look that up and know already, but I don't. Ha. Anyway, Larry Hagman, he's dead. He died way back in 2012 of cancer. God love him. Question 20, music question to bring us home before we do the final Who Am I? Question 20, what band's biggest selling song was their debut hit? It was in 1979 and the song was called My Sharona. That was a band called the Knack, and I remember the buzz around them. Everyone thought they were going to be bigger than the Beatles. They had one song. Never heard from again. Let's finish up the Who Am I? It's the same TV show we've been talking about all along. Here we go. Despite running for just 12 episodes over 2 seasons, I had a massive influence on British comedy and launched the careers of several major performers, including Ben Elton, Rick Mayall, and Adrian Edmondson. I was named after a Cliff Richard song. A version of that song was used as our show theme. And outside of the show, my cast released a version of the Cliff Richard song Living Doll, which was a hit pretty much right around the world in 1986. I am, of course, The Young Ones. If you don't know The Young Ones, like the castle, you got to see it. I don't know how well it would have aged now, but it was very funny in the late 1980s to 17-year-old me. Okay, that's episode 7 of 21 questions done and dusted. It's in the books. Thank you very much for listening and playing along. I hope you did well with that set of questions, and I hope you found them interesting. If you have a favourite trivia question that you think other people would like to answer, send it to me via the 21 Questions Facebook page, and I will read it out. I'll put it into a show, and I will credit you as the author, the contributor for that particular question. Thank you very much for playing along. This podcast comes out every Tuesday, every Thursday, every Saturday, and I would love to have your company another time. Catch you then. Bye.